The main reason the owner came is because the car sometimes threw the fault code of the P2262, which is that exhaust pressure sensor. The orange one needs replacement. Guys, if you want to get a scan tool, like a decent scan tool, I linked one in the description of the video. If you use the discount code Mr. Nice Guy 94, you will get 10 or 15% of discount, but throughout the site, not only just to that scan tool, but any scan tool if you prefer. I linked one which is an entry level. I would say it's absolute must, and like it saves you a lot of money in the long run, instead of just going to the garages and mechanics and just plugging in the car to the computer and charging you and basically not getting any valuable information from that. However, recently I got a lot of messages asking the same question, that even though they replaced the sensor, the code keeps coming back. We even had a customer who was here with us. He had the sensor replaced, I believe, if I remember correctly, but he's been to the dealership, and what they've done to it, they replaced the turbo because they said the turbo is bad, and they didn't fix the problem. They wanted to replace further parts, but the owner didn't give them green light. Instead, he came to us. I believe that took him like 3 hours to get to us. We got it fixed for him, and now the car is good since then. But that was a different owner, different customer. This is from Scotland. So basically, why they think the turbo is faulty when the P2262 is triggered, because the description of the fault code is turbocharger/supercharger mechanical fault or something. So that's why they think there is wrong with the turbo itself. However, it can be further from the truth. Obviously, you shouldn't just replace a turbo. You should check if the turbo is fine. How you can check it? You can check the shafts or check the turbine wheels if they are spinning freely, if they have any play in them, if the turbine wheel is damaged, if the wastegate flap is damaged, and so on and so forth. So without checking all these things, I wouldn't recommend replacing the turbo. But now back to the topic. So basically, after you replace the sensor, it still may throw you with a fault code, and then some mechanics or even owners, DIYers, start to look into different areas how to fix the problem. I'll tell you how to fix it. So it is not enough just to replace the sensor, because if that pipe is blocked, which will be very, very likely, we see that very, very often, that pipe needs to be cleaned. Why? Because even though you replace the sensor, now the sensor can read and provide the proper data to the ECU. However, the air is coming through that pipe, the metal pipe, to the sensor. And if that is blocked with carbon, there is a blockage, so air cannot pass that blockage, and the air cannot get to the sensor, so it cannot send the data to the ECU. Once that is unblocked, you can use the car, and the fault code won't come back on. And now people ask us, why is it expensive to clean it and how we clean it? So basically, how we clean it, we always remove the valve cover, because the valve cover is plastic and we don't want to melt it, because we need to heat that pipe up, and then we're going to blow air through it, and it will come out as a fireball or bits of fireball from the EGR cooler area. I'll try to record that and show on camera. So that's why we need to remove the valve cover. And once we do it, we also check the exhaust camshaft for wear, and also if the camshaft is not worn, we just put back everything with new valve cover gasket and new injector washers. So I have removed the pressure sensor, and I even myself haven't tried it. So this is going to be the first time on this car I'm going to try it. So basically, then is going to pressurize that pipe. Now the exhaust camshaft is removed, so all the valves should be closed, so the gas or any smoke shouldn't come out from the injector hole areas, but rather from the EGR cooler side. So once he pressurizes, the smoke should come out freely, or you should hear like air coming through freely from the EGR cooler side. As you can see, nothing is coming out from there, but rather from the pipe itself, meaning there is a blockage somewhere down in the pipe, which needs to be addressed. So how we are going to fix it, stay tuned, and we are going to show it to you guys shortly. So Dan is back with the blowtorch, and how we do it, we heat up the pipe till it glows, and then he's going to pressurize the pipe with the air, and you will see what will come out from here. Yeah. So go ahead Dan.
Make sure you melt this pipe.
Yeah, burn a hole on it. So the carbon is already burning inside, you can see the smoke. You see, it's burning, so there is a lot of carbon in there.
Salted.
So yeah, this is how you get the pipe clean, and as I said, it's not enough just to replace the sensor, because if the pipe is blocked, it don't do anything. It will throw the same fault code, same warning lights on the dash and all that sort of stuff. And also, it's not always the first time, although it worked us on the first time for us, but sometimes you need to do it like 10 attempts, or mentioned the yesterday's case. It took us like what, 6 hours, 5-6 hours just to get that pipe clean. So yeah, this is how you get rid of the P2262 fault code. Now I'm going to feed back the new exhaust pressure sensor, also with the camshaft, and basically then assembling the car back together.